Welcome back to another video. So Rodin has a nice feature. For models made with quads, we can use bake normals. So this will be the case study using the rooster image. I have over here one of that model already processed, and as you can see within the geometry, with the apply bake normals, in this case, this will be the output. But if I will go back to the wireframe in this case, this will be the low poly of this wooden rooster. So this was generated at only 4000 faces. As you can see, this will be the geometry, and this will be with that bake normal applied. I also created the same rooster over here, so this will be the large 50,000 faces. This will be the wireframe, as you can see, and with the bake normal, all of those details will be added. Now, let's take a look over here at the overview how you can use this bake normal feature. So when you upload your model, this is made using a single image. So over here for the direction, you can choose if you want to, but it's not mandatory. For example, this will be, let's say, front left. But over here, when you're gonna confirm the mesh, when you are satisfied with the result, keep in mind that you can hit the redo button. So depending on the type of account that you have, if you are having a business account, you can do that up to 50 times, or you can do it up to 20 times with the normal account. And this will be the output, as you can see over here. Within the initial preview, we just have this preview over here, and we have this normal 3D model visualized over here. But I'm gonna wait for this to be generated, and then we're gonna discuss how you can use that bake normal feature. And this is a really nice feature, and other generative AI tools don't have this functionality. We're also gonna check how we can do some sculpting directly on the web platform, and that is also an amazing feature. So while this is being generated, okay, it now finished. This will also update, and this will be the updated version. We saw some changes on the mesh. And now if I will go over here, we can either go for the triangles. We can go from 2000 faces over here with bake normals all the way up to 1 million. But as you can see, for 1 million, we're not gonna have that possibility. So the bake normal feature will be limited at around 20K, as we can see over here. If I will go slightly to 40, that will no longer be available. Or we can have that using quads. So I already have generated models with quads. In this case, I will generate this with triangles, with bake normals. So I'm gonna hit confirm, and now we're gonna have that model process. And as soon as that will process, we're gonna have the possibility to swap the visualization over here. As for this step has already been done, so I can already go. This is the default preview. In this case, this will be the 50,000 faces. This will be the geometry, and this will be the wireframe. Now, to better visualize that, we can also go over here within Mesh Editor. And this will be a simplified ZBrush Blender sculpting environment over here. You can rotate around using the right mouse button, and this will be sculpt. You can change the brush over here. Let's say that I want this rooster to have a larger chest. If you want to go within negative, you will be able to sculpt and remove material. In my case, I will just have this resetted, so I'm gonna press in this case, we see reset space, redo Control Y. So in this case, I don't wanna have that. I will just press Control Z to have that undo. Now we have this model generated, and again, we can see this will be the wireframe, this will be the geometry with those bake normals. So I will download the OBJ in this case as well. And we're going to load that within Blender so we can better visualize the before and after. We can do that over here within the viewport, but in my opinion, within Blender, we have a much better environment. So this will be the 4K faces, but with triangles. So this will be the base mesh. We see that the normal map will be quite large. So this will be the normal map. I'm gonna drag and drop that base mesh within Blender. So I'm gonna delete the default cube. This is the base mesh. Now with that selected, I'm gonna create a new material, and within the shading, I'm gonna hold over here. Initially, I'm just gonna drag and drop that. So this will be the normal bake. I'm gonna link that to the normal over here. And let's see, this will be the output. So this is the geometry, this will be the baked. Let's see if I can increase over here the visibility. So the roughness, I'm gonna make this slightly grayer so we can better visualize that. I will also enable over here cavity. So this is the model as we can see it, and this will be with that baked. If I will slightly add some light over here, the model will look like this. Now if I will go back to the shading and I will press Ctrl Shift T in this case, and within downloads I want to link this, but in this case this will allow me to have also a strength for the normal map. So let's see how that will look. So this is with a strength of 0, which means that it will most likely not be applied, and with a strength of 5 it will look like this. So maybe there are quite too many details, maybe 1.5. I'm gonna go back over here. You're gonna see that the model will look like this. So keep in mind that this is made with triangles, and we see that there are many details nested over here within that 8K normal map. So in my opinion, this is a great feature. Now let's download the other models. So I already have those prepared over here. This will be the one with 4000 faces, and we see the base mesh will be quite small. So I'm gonna load this in over here. One nice thing about Rodin is that even though these two models have been processed differently, we're gonna see that they will have the same scale over here. So this is quite a good feature. If you are working on multiple elements using the same image as this, you no longer have to scale that. Now let's apply over here a material to better analyze this. I'm just gonna hold down Ctrl Shift T and add this directly so we can also change that strength. So this will be the normal baked. If I'm gonna add a strength of 5 in this case, the model will look like this. So we see the low poly one, and we're gonna see the one with the baked normals. So again, maybe 5 is a little bit too much. I'm gonna go with 2 in this case. But considering that this is quite a low poly model, so if I'm gonna select it, we're gonna see the number of faces. In this case, 4300, and this will be the overall mesh using that normal. Now let's load the one that is the highest. So this will be the one made with quads. You can go up to 50k faces in this case, and you can still generate a big normal in this case. I'm gonna have that applied within shading. So hold on Ctrl Shift T over here. With the Node Wrangler add-on in Blender, you can easily apply this. So with a strength of 3, we're gonna see that it will look like this. Okay, so we have the wireframe over here. If you also want to visualize over here the wireframe directly, you can do that. And this will be with the normal. But now that wireframe is kinda taking the viewport, so I will leave it like this. I will also change this color to be white. So let's make it pure white. That means all of those will need to be at 1. Okay, so we have that. Okay, so I'm really curious what is your opinion regarding this, because I would say that there are many details within those big normals, as you can see over here. And in my opinion, it's quite amazing that they can generate this as well. So if you are working within a low poly environment, I think that Rodin can offer the solution over here for your models. Okay, remember that you can also go over here for a 7 days free trial. So if you are just gonna go for a monthly subscription to the creator, you can redeem a code, which will be 3D comparison, and you can activate that 7 free days trial using that. So in order to do it, you're gonna go over here, redeem code, and you're gonna type over here 3D comparison, all caps. You're gonna hit redeem, and you're gonna have access to that 7-day free trial. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. I'm gonna position a similar video on the left side, and I will also add a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.